Back on, all right, yo, still Bill, what's the deal, man? Nigga, I'm fresh off the clock. I gotta head to the Mexican spot. My wife is cooking Mexican spaghetti for the night, so I gotta go get the ingredients to make that shit, man. But peep game, I want to get into this shit, man, and we got to talk a little bit more about this David Benavidez situation, right? Because I just, people are being extremely dismissive about a lot of the shit that's going on with it. And now the narrative that's being formed is Turkey and Bivol looking to, freeze this man out of of an undisputed title match. So, man, let's speak on that. Let's speak on everything about about the situation, right? So, firstly, even before they flew you out there, nigga got flew out. Even before they flew you out there, you were very standoffish in interviews when asked about Turkey Al-Sheikh and fighting over there in Saudi Arabia. You made your stance known that, yo, I'm a Vegas fighter. I want to fight in Vegas. I want to fight in Vegas. All right, cool. I'm not mad at that. But the thing is this, for the shit, where are these fans that you feel like you got in Vegas to the point where there's no reason why they should have had to cut off sections, curtain off sections while your fight was being nationally broadcasted. There was no reason for that. So for you to sit here and say that you're a Vegas fighter and you have a certain loyalty to Vegas, how come they're not coming out to show the support that, to justify the reasons as to why you won't fight anywhere else but Vegas? You dig? That's what it's just blowing me. Just like it's just consistent roadblocks being put up. And if that wasn't enough, when you went over there, you got flown halfway across the world to watch the main event of the crescendo, and you leave before the main event even goes down. You don't think that a lot of this flack is coming from that particular action right there? It's a possibility that Turkey could have been like, man, nah, dog. Like it costs money to get you, from where you was at to where, like that's money. And even though he's not hurting for funds, it's a slap in the face. The entire reason why we flew you out here is for us to start promoting this fight. Let's get interviews going, man. That is what that's how the excitement builds for the fight. The interviews. I want to hear what it is that you got to say about this individual right here. I want to hear that. I want to see that you're showing interest in this fight right here. It's not enough that you went on these podcasts and radio stations or whatever talking about a fight with Bivol. Now we in the venue where this dude is fighting at. Addy was a dude who, yo, man, let's get ready to get him up in the ring. So after the fight is over, we can have these. We can start the promotion right here, because this is half of the job in itself. You chuck deuces, and I'm arguing with people about that as if they, we don't know why he, decided to up and leave. Why? It just doesn't make sense for you to do some shit like that. Unless it was, and we haven't heard anything of a family emergency or whatever the case may be. We haven't heard of anything of that sort. But the fact of the matter is, you left. So we until further notice, we have no other choice but to highlight that and judge you on that, because nobody who's just, bro, when after the Jaime Munguia fight, you wasn't in such of a rush. And even in that case, how are you in that much of a rush to leave? Like, bro, you can. This is a 15-hour flight. It ain't like, all right, cool, I could just get in the whip and stab out. No, bro, you got to sit on the plane for the next 15 hours to get back to the crib. So how are you in that much of a rush to do whatever it is that you need to do, Brody? When it just doesn't, it's not adding up, man. Like, my dude. You know what I'm saying? So now here we are. You're in a position. You don't want to fight Callum Smith. All right, cool. You're in a position where you could get the opportunity that lets you tell her you was denied at 168 pounds. You're in prime position to get that. It's just you don't want to fight Callum. All right, cool. Whatever the fuck. Now, mind you, you're already on record saying that you will fight Callum Smith on the undercard, because who are you to hold up a trilogy for Undisputed? Cool. And I'm all for that. I've been pushing for that Callum Smith fight for the past, for months now, maybe even close to a year, because I've been getting, they've been trying to bang on me for saying that Callum Smith can win that fight. And I've wanted them to prove that. And honestly, if we're being real, because I really want this narrative that all Canelo fought was Eurobums to be deaded. You dig? I honestly want that. I honestly want to, yeah, go ahead and get that Callum Smith fight so we can show that you not what everybody thinks that you are. I don't mind. I want the Canelo and Benavidez fight, but people have this mindset of you that you're just head and shoulders above the rest of the competition, even though you ain't necessarily proved it. So I want that Callum Smith fight. I've been asking for that fight, and I don't even need Callum Smith to win the fight. I just need it to be competitive. I just need it to be an 8-4, 7-5, 7-5 type fight, a draw, 6-6 split down the middle. That's all I need. 7-5, 8-4, David Benavidez. That's all I needed. I just needed to be competitive. I need competitive rounds, even the rounds that David Benavidez is winning. I just needed to be competitive, which it will be if he wins that fight. It's gonna be a competitive matchup. You dig? But let's not deviate too far from this shit, man. So I've been asking for that fight, and I won't even be mad at. Like, I'm irritated because I'm like, you still doing little goofy shit or whatever. But if if you're not as confident that you can win that fight, because that's not no stay busy fight. That's a tough fight. That's a 50-50 fight, and you don't want to risk losing your position that you got. All right, cool. Then just chill and wait for the trilogy to wrap up, and boom, there's your undisputed title match right there. There it is. You done said that you've been denied for 2 or 3 years at 168 pounds. Here you are at 175 pounds, and now you all of a sudden you don't want to play ball. You keep doing a little game goofy shit. And so now coming across the fact that you talking about what a 45-55 split, on the purses or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, bro, who exactly do you think you are? And I don't like getting into. I don't like counting niggas' pockets and shit like that. I don't do that shit. You dig? I'm not into that, man. But it gets to a point where certain shit just has to be addressed. And for you to sit here and try to play politics in the manner that you're playing politics, and it's not even politics at this point. It is a delusion that fans have created on behalf of you, that you're entitled to certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What would make you? What convinces you that you're worth 45% of the purse or 40% of the purse with a dude who's undisputed? What would convince you of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I be wanting to know where your mindset is at, man. What makes you think you are deserving of 45% of the split? Damn near half of the pot. With a dude who's put in the road work, my guy. The two dudes that you are showing interest in fighting, he's already beat convincingly. And you, for whatever reason, still want to believe that just you'll work. If you, I want 45% of the pot of the pot. I want 40% of the pot. Or the fight got to be over here in Vegas. Like, do you want this fight or not? That's what this shit really boils down to. Do you want the fight or not? Because it looks like you're putting up every roadblock possible and muddying the waters to where you can't fully say, like, a motherfucker who's not as quick-minded can see through the bullshit. You dig? Like, you're putting up barriers to where somebody who, just surface level individual will say, oh, nah, man, look at how they trying to do my guy. You dig? They freezing him out. How in the fuck is he freezing him out when you are already on record saying you will fight on the undercard? You will fight on the undercard. And it's going to be for a far bigger bag than you've made in any fight as a PBC fighter, my dude. What exactly are you talking about, man? How do you come to this conclusion? How are you being frozen out when this dude put up show to get you, 15 hours across the earth to watch the fight that he wants you to participate in? You're going to be in here with one of these motherfuckers. That shit just, people refuse to address that situation in itself. It's dense-minded ass niggas who just will not see this shit for what it is, my nigga. You're angling. And maybe you're not, maybe that's not what your intentions are, but your actions are proving like that is what you're doing. You're not acting in the behavior of somebody who was going for that fight full-fledged. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I want the winner. I want that drama with Bivol. I want that drama with Benavidez. Unifications, none of that shit was at the top of your priority list at 168. Now all of a sudden you hell bent on getting, you're hell bent on getting one belt, getting Bivol stripped. This whole your whole get up was being denied for undisputed. So you're content with fighting for one belt when let you tell her you was denied a shot at undisputed at 168 pounds. You're content with fighting for one belt. Now all of a sudden, it's contradictory. It's contradictory. How are you content with fighting for one belt, my dude? When you were denied an undisputed, we'll let you tell it. You know, like come on, man. Like you can't play. This shit look like game that you running. It looks like game. And nobody wants to call you out on the bullshit because they have this faith in you that you're the Mexican monster. So they'll be dismissive of everything that you're doing, all the backtracking you're doing, all the A-side politics that you're trying to play, the purse, the purse bids and the splits and all that shit. What the fuck is going on, my dude? If you're not gonna fight Callum Smith, I bet just stay over there, just stay put until this trilogy wraps up, and there you go, right there. There you go. The fuck? It's man, this shit is goofy. This shit is goofy. It's people talking, oh man, he ducking Benavidez to fight Beterbiev. Y'all know how illogical that sounds? Beterbiev is a far more formidable foe than David Benavidez, and he's gonna duck David Benavidez to fight a dude who up until he fought him had a 100% KO ratio when David Benavidez hasn't even dropped anybody at 175 pounds. And they have a common opponent in Vosdick. Vosdick was never hurt in that fight. Vosdick sat on the couch for 3 years after he fought Artur Beterbiev. What the fuck are we talking about? But he's ducking David to fight that motherfucker. Man, just listen, man. This shit is it's ridiculous. It's real ridiculous how y'all, just it's real ridiculous. It's looking like you're angling for a belt. And if you get that belt, I have no doubt in my mind you're gonna try and angle. You're gonna try and you're gonna run back to the island. And if you don't fight Jesse Hart, you're gonna use that. You're gonna use that belt that you took, that you got Bivol stripped of, and try to use that as a baiting tool to get Canelo to fight when he comes back up there to 175 pounds, because you know that he's shown interest in returning to the division to fight Bivol. I just feel like that you won't. I feel, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we are wrong about that. Maybe we are wrong about David Benavidez, and he is looking to make and lament a legacy. Maybe he is trying to do that, man. But how he's moving in the now, it looks like that it's the contrary to that. You just people choose to be dismissive. People choose to be dismissive of certain actions of their favorite fighter or whatever. You don't want to believe that your favorite fighter is on some silly shit. You don't want to believe that. You don't want to believe that. Are you gonna prove us wrong or not, man? If this shit is about undisputed, then you shouldn't be content with stripping this dude of a title. That should not be the goal. Being a 2-division champion. Oh shit, I'm bugging. I just took it. Oh my god. Oh man, I'm glad there wasn't no police around, nigga. I got whacked for that. But there's no way you should be content with fighting for one belt when the goal, let you tell it, was to be undisputed. That has been the goal that you have been denied of for years. I'll let you tell it. But you're content with fighting Bivol, for stripping Bivol without stripping him and becoming a 2-division champ without fighting for it. If you're content with that, if you are content with that, come on, you coming out or not? If you're content with that, then that speaks to the type of fighter that you are, man. And it's not who everybody is playing. It's not who everybody believes that you are. You're not that guy. If that is what your goal is, but your actions are proving that that is what that's your angle. That's what you're trying to do. And that's not respectable at all. At all. If you're not going to fight Callum Smith, just chill, man. Just chill. Just chill and wait for the trilogy to wrap up. I would personally like to see David Benavidez and Bivol fight next. We can chill on the trilogy. We can chill on that. But that's what it is. It's the trilogy. And Turkey ain't coming off that. So let that wrap up, man. It was only 4 months between the first and the second fight. You can't wait another 4 months? You've never been unified, bro. And you're in a prime position to get that. You're looking funny, my man. At least to me. And to people who have critical thinking skills. Not the dummies. This ain't for dummies, man. I'm outie, man. Deuces. Oh, shit.